So then you say, this stuff here, Clay, this is what equals your check. So if I work for you, literally, if I'm a contractor working for you, you will just not pay me for that day of work if I don't have the customer signature, a photo, and the time I got there. Well, that right there would save a ton of problems for a lot of contractors across the planet. So my wife and I, we hire contractors sometimes to do work, and before we found a guy we're happy with now, we would have a situation where you'd hire a guy and he'd say, yep, I'm going to come by at 4 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock, he's not there. 4 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, he's not there. And then he would claim to his boss, well, I went by, but no one was there. Well, to this model, that would be gone. Or they would like spill paint on our valuable possessions. They'd always pour paint on the floor. For some reason, they just, whatever carpet we have, they pour paint on it. And then they would say, well, well, again, if they took photos they're required to, if that boss had required them to for payment, then maybe that wouldn't have happened. But you want to have processes. Does that make sense? Do you have any processes right now that are not in your head that are documented for, let's say, how to install a window?
No. Not on paper.
Okay. Okay. Now here's what we want to do. Here's the cool thing about this, okay? If you have it in writing, do you know that somebody will be willing to buy that from you at some point? So like when you're, you know, I don't know, 20 years from now and you turn 33, right? So when you turn 33 and you decide you want to sell the business, maybe you don't ever, but if you decide to sell it, you know what's cool? I will buy it if I will buy the business if it has processes. So you say, well, this is how we do it. But if it's a verbal thing, I won't do it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
So this right here, I'm just going to write this down for you. This equals the value of the companies, the processes. So let's go ahead and take a second and think of all of the processes you need to make. I know it seems overwhelming, but we'll work through it, okay? So here we go. 1, for marketing. We need to make processes for how we market. And we'll go over that today. But how do we do it? So here's an example. I've got one guy I work with. You know what he does every week to get customers? That's what he does every week. He drops off donuts at auto dealers' places. So he just drops off donuts every single week with a certain print piece and a certain business card, and that's how he gets all of his business. So what's his system? I drop off donuts at auto dealers with my card. Anybody can do it. Boom. Another business I work with, they do pharmaceutical sales. Every single week, without fail, they drop by item A to all of these doctors. Then week 2, they drop off item B to these doctors. Then week 3, item C, you can see the pattern.
To the same doctors?
Yep, to the same doctors. And they call it a call cycle. And they do it, so if they get a new doctor, so let's just say I landed a new account with you. Week 1, I drop off item A. Week 2, B. Well, what if I land a new one tomorrow at a networking event? Well, start them off at item 1, and they've got a big old closet filled with these items. It takes the thinking out of it. So the process for marketing. Cool? So you want to have that. And then for sales, this is one I get super excited about. Sales. You want to make a sales script. How do you answer the phone? So if you call a Renaissance Hotel, they'll say, thank you for calling the 4-star Renaissance Hotel. This is, or if you call Chick-fil-A, thank you for calling Chick-fil-A. It's my pleasure to serve you. This is whatever they're, but you want to have a script for how you answer the phone and how you set appointments. And you might already do it now, but the thing is we got to document it. Because when you go on vacation, you want someone else to be able to do it for you. You know?
We have a guy at the office right now doing exactly that.
Okay.
And I did document a script.
Awesome. So sales is that. And then for customer service, you want to have a system of processes for that. So when a customer calls, what do? Step 1, we document it. Step 2, customer service, okay? No. 3rd, all right, is we want to go through accounting. How do we actually do the accounting? What's our system? Now, the reason we have all this documented is because 2005, my business was rocking. I was doing 40 weddings a weekend, making great money. My wife says, hey, babe, we haven't been on vacation since like ever. So I'm thinking maybe we could go on a trip. We go on a cruise. I go on a cruise. Very little things are sold. All the customer service falls apart. No accounting gets done. And then I'm like, I can't ever go on vacation again. We don't want you to have that problem. We want you guys to...
We just came back from a trip to Atlanta, and it was like,
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like you were so busy before you left and so busy when you got back that
we
you're
still
just
wanna
like,
go again.
okay, that was
Yeah,
not a
and
good
you still want to
idea.
go again.
You know, we want to make this so you can go again.